Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. My name's Kearon with Explorminate, and this is a Let's Try, sort of a preview of Galactic Civilizations III Beta 4. So Beta 4 just came out the other day. I was very excited to get that email from Starduck. They always send an email when they release a new beta. So they've added a number of things, and let me show some of those off to begin with. So the artwork has changed. I'm playing the Yor right now. I think the difficulty's normal. Difficult doesn't matter. It's normal, I'm pretty sure, though. But as you can see, the Yor have some really unique looking buildings, which is cool that we're getting artwork like that. Similarly, okay, this is a Altarian world. Well, the remains of an Altarian world. I kind of got them. So these are their factories, these are my factories. And so the artwork's actually starting to be put into the game, and it looks different. It's not just a cheap knockoff, so I like that. Which makes this screen more fun. This is already one of my favorite parts of the Galactic Civilization games, is just the strategy with the hexes and building your buildings. Get them to work together, improving the synergy, all that. What else has changed? A lot of the tabs up here remain the same. Diplomacy, all this seems to be about the same to me. I'm probably around an hour and a half into this game. I started here so that I can show off the battle viewer a little bit more for you guys, since that is the major implementation with this patch. And I'll be talking about that because I have some very mixed feelings about the battle viewer, so okay, so we have an idle colony. Where are we looking here? Tide. Okay, so an idle colony here. It's doing pretty good. They seem to have fixed the population with the Yor. At least initially, last beta, that was something I had noticed, but they've changed that, so that's good. Where's my power matrix? That's what I'm looking for. Just get this in here really quick. Since this isn't incredibly new, I don't want to spend a lot of time with these. Alright, so ion drive, I guess I can get that. That's the worst thing in the world. Treaties. Okay, so yeah, they're still hating, probably. For good reason. I'd be hating too. Alright, get you up here. A ranger escort, you're almost dead. Be there. Idle ship. Just pass you, and we'll hit turn. Yeah, I'll drive there. Okay, research. They've added the nice little. This is more interactive here. I was gonna say it's robot. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure he's new to Beta 4. I am like 99% positive that he's gonna be a Yor, essentially. This is just the filler for now, and it gives you this nice little summary of the tech. And then when you choose the tech, this is nice. If you're really familiar with the tech tree, you can just select from here what you want to get. I find myself a lot of times still moving away from that. I don't know. We'll see. I like looking at the tech tree, the whole big picture. So let's go missile weapons, I think. We'll try those out. Idle ship. Fly you up here. Let's go get in combat. I can show the battle viewer and talk about it, because there's a bit to talk about with that. It's very basic at this point, essentially, which I think is to be expected, but it's really basic. And I'm hoping that we get a more strategic depth than we currently have right now. But we'll have to wait and see what we get exactly. Alright, building some paladins, because they kind of have a all-around tank to a degree. It's not very good defense. Sorry, tank, I meant defense there. Nobody's guarding that planet. Nobody's guarding that planet. Okay. So I could probably swoop in for the kill if I wanted. Manufacturing Yor. Let's do some assembly after this. Remember with the Yor, it's kind of neat. You have to build your population, so I kind of like that. If you're really production focused, it seems to work. So let me show off the ideology real quick. That's one thing that they've changed. So the ideology tree is all different, as you can see. I'm going for malevolent. Figured robots are pretty heartless. It's probably the way to go. But regardless, it used to be that pyramid, and you would start at the top and kind of work your way down. I like this better. You have to work your way across. Before, it kind of felt like you get all of the traits in each tree because that was the natural progression. As opposed to this, it really forces you to choose. And then this artwork in the background is nice. That's in all the galactic events and stuff. So I'm starting to see the polish with the game. So far I got a free frigate once, I guess. Production in my home world, and then intimidation centers, which allow me to generate more malevolent points. So the idea behind that is it allows me to obviously unlock more of the tree. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. But also the game runs very smooth right now. I feel like much smoother than the last video. The last beta. I haven't changed anything on my end, so I'm pretty sure that's almost exclusively them. They've improved that, which is great to see. Overall, the game does feel very polished, I would say. At least parts of it. Not overall by any means, and it isn't meant to at this point, but it's starting to feel more like a game and less like an early access, I guess is what I'm saying. So if you're on the fence, what you've liked what Starduck has done, or you liked the videos you've seen from the developers or other places on the internet, it's a good time to get into it right now. I feel like, yeah. One thing I am excited for. Wait, I'm not researching tech. How did that happen? That's not one thing I'm excited for. But I can show you engineering. Here we go. Carriers, they're no longer disabled, so I want to see those in the battle viewer. I've been excited for carriers, and then stealth, yeah, right here, cloaking systems. So it's like stealth's been here sometime. It's been in the tree for some time, but not enabled until now. So warfare, let's go back to that real quick. So I got missiles. I can make them fire quicker, their range better, cost less mass. So let's invest in this. I'm gonna go into missiles. Hopefully, if I remember right, they weren't investing in missile defenses, so hopefully that's a good call. That's something I will address. I hope combat gets more three-dimensional. What I say about that? So I was playing Civilization last night, good old Civ 5, and there is so much to that combat. I mean, beyond just the fact that you have air units, land units, water units, I guess submarine units too, so you have the different layers of units, but they all have different advantages against each other, or disadvantages, and here sometimes, at least in the past betas, and from what I feel so far in this one, it's just so rock, paper, scissors. It's like, oh, I invested in missiles, and he has missile defense, and I have no beam defense, so goodbye. Which then means it defaults to whoever can have the most well-rounded ships, which in turn just becomes a who has the biggest ships and therefore can fit the most shields and the most guns on them. So, as opposed to in something like Civ, you can, I don't know, you can get jumped, and through your strategy you can find a way to win battle. So here's the battle viewer. I'll stop on my little rampage for a second. This is what it looks like. It gives you various camera angles which you can follow throughout the battle, and these will kind of like change as you go. Cinematic, top down. Where's free? I like free. Here we go. And then as it's showing here, you essentially can have, let's see, I can have full rotation, which is nice. It's kind of interesting there's less stars up there down there. Just realized that. I guess there's less stars in those two directions. But can I zoom out more? Guess not. So you can click on these and it gets a little tooltip pops up. It works good. I haven't seen glitches with that. And then this battle log is going here, so it will show the damage that happens as you watch. Okay, I really don't like cinematic. Let's go top down. There are bugs though. As you'll see, the missiles from this, since it has a little bit of attack and a little bit of defense in every way, will come in from this way. At least they were earlier when I took those other planets. So, okay, so this is quite exciting, right? They're moving very slow. And then they do this drift thing. I'm not a fan of that. I don't see what's going on there. Alright, he's getting shot up. That's good. Shooting that. My ship is taking damage. So it's tracking it all real time here. Okay, didn't quite lose that ship. Nice. That went good. I wasn't sure if I would or not, so. Done. They still have weird bugs in here. Like, I don't really think they lost, what, 2.1 million population? But it gives you damage inflicted, received. It gives you some good basic stats. So that's good. It's nice to see this is built in right now, even while it's basic. At least for me, I really enjoy numbers in games like this when they give those to you, as opposed to just this damage type does decreased damage against this defense type. That doesn't do anything for me. I like to know exactly how effective my forces are going to be, and I don't think that's necessarily unique. That's part of what makes 4X games pretty good. So that was a combat viewer. Not super amazing. When I get more ships, maybe, but it does appear that the ship's speed is determined. So, like, if I had really quick little small, they're not frigates, just the small type of ships, they move quicker, so they can get into combat quicker, which is interesting. Boom, idle ships. Let's move them up here as well. You know, I should probably get something to act like a sensor pretty soon. Let's go to the designer really quick. So the designer seems similar. I haven't found anything tremendously different. And then another thing, I'm not sure if they'll change this, but essentially every race has a paladin and a ranger, and I guess for the sake of standardizing it, it kind of makes sense. You always know what you're gonna get, but it would be nice to see a little variation there, as opposed to everybody has a paladin. I know the ship's the same, but they look different. I mean, they took the time to make these models, so it would be enjoyable if they utilized, I guess, the difference they invested here in a name. Thrusters are going to increase my tactical speed, which allows me to get into combat sooner. So I think range-wise it goes, what are these, beam, missile, kinetic. So that might be useful. Acceleration, tactical speed. They seem to be the same thing. They also have the little tooltip sometimes glitch. I just need to fix that already, but... So I can't do 10. I could do 9 though. I could do 8 or 9. I don't see the difference between these, besides the mass. Tactical speed 3. Oh, tactical speed 6. Okay. Let's actually put this on there. Put those thrusters on my ship. So we're gonna save. We're gonna call this missile. Missile ranger, I guess. I don't know. Missile attack. Frig. Sure, I'll abbreviate it with frig. Done. Also noticed less crashes than I was, which is nice. So. Thank you very much. that paladin. Another thing they really need to add is a way to like filter out old models like easily. I can decommission this if I want, but it's like there's 3 cutters. They're virtually the same thing. I don't know. They must have different life support on it. No, that's the shipyard. Okay, so see, I don't... Maybe you can go in the shipyard and change that. So that gets cumbersome really quickly. But that is a smaller thing, to be fair to them. It's not huge. Okay, idle ships. Just keep doing your thing, guys. Alright, I'll try to get something else going here. What else? What else from this? Victory options are about the same. No new races. I think all this was added last beta. Yeah, still have the commands, the trade. This is all. That's all the same. So the battle viewer is probably the biggest. That, and then the polish, and then a lot of the visual. I don't even know what you call it. Just the artwork, I guess. There we go. That's been a large part of this beta. So it's nice to see the battle viewer, to see that the ships render nice. They reflect what you have. The weapons look different. It will make for some neat looking battles. I just hope it's not just a pretty thing. I want it to be a little bit more in depth than that. Right up here. So probably what I'm going to do, I want to do a few let's tries with this. There will be gaps between my videos because I want to... Ooh, wow. That is so much beam damage. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's go to the designer real quick. Missile attack frig. Let's invest in this, and let's completely dump anything that's not missile defense. There we go. We need deflectors extraordinaire. We'll just hide these underneath. Oh, can't quite fit that on. That's too bad. It's alright. That's better deflector-wise. Yeah. And so next I'm going to make a missile attack frig that has... Oh, it's actually quicker to build. That is nice. I do like that. And it's more focused, so... Until he changes his damage type, it should work okay. Only 3 moves, though. It would be nice to have a little quicker fleet, but... Don't be too picky with that. Alright, let's research. Back to warfare. So I could make my missiles cost less. What are they currently weighing in at? Launch assisters. That's pretty cool. I'd take a bigger ship though, I feel like. It shoots half as fast. Essentially every gun is like a gun and a half. So yeah, that'd be something you put on a pretty big boat, or otherwise its returns pretty diminished if I'm doing that math right in my head. So attacks for 8, so 16, so 20 off 16, that's actually pretty good. That's like what, 3.2 mass down? And that's enough to fit another deflector on there per one, and I think I have 2, so that could be useful. Or I could just go straight up to harpoons, which would be 6 turns. These things cost more, but they also do more damage, so decisions, right? Or I could just go straight into specializations. Let's do this. We'll do shield specialization first. I want the ships I have to stay alive, essentially. That's kind of what I'm worried about near term. So overall, though, this is one of my most anticipated games of the year. I want to see some of the ideas they have come to fruition, hopefully. Planetary invasion is still very one-dimensional and boring, and it would be great if there was some sort of planetary bombardment module you could put on your ships. I would like that. So we'll do one more battle. We get another look at the battle viewer, and then we'll call it. So wait, what? I'm gonna get killed. This is an old fleet. Alright, well, we're gonna see why shields are important, guys. Let's do this. So, looks like we move about the same. He has 13 shields, 30 damage. I have no shields, so I'm just gonna get melted. Yeah, did you see that? So he gets hurt a little bit. He's definitely gonna win this one. That's why you want shields. Alright. That went really bad. That probably couldn't have gone worse. Because he didn't die. I guess if I hadn't even hit him once, that would have been worse technically, but not by much. My paladins might do better. We'll actually let them engage next turn. Win on a high note. Leave on a high note. Hopefully, at least. Proxy Prime, where's this? Alright, this is my money world. It is making good monies. And then I want to make sure I assemble more population. Alright. You gonna battle me? So he's really hurt too, so I should be able to win this, but this will also allow us to see the range, because I'm pretty sure, as I said, oh, this tooltip's not showing up. Beam, missile, kinetic for like how close of a range you can hit them at. So let's get some missiles going off there. Good. Then some kinetic go off. Really, he still killed me first. That's impressive. He did have pretty high attack though. I mean, 30 attack against my 12 shields. It makes sense since that's a long range weapon and I had very little hit him with long range. So it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic play out. Still, I want it to be a little bit more than just the rock, paper, scissors we have here, because obviously beam's the best and it's the longest range, and by default it does the most damage, I'm pretty sure, if I remember the guns right. So that's where that is. Not bad, but I hope it's just a very small part of how combat's going to work eventually. I want it to be a little bit more complex than just constantly playing the refit your ships game. I don't find that very entertaining. I appreciate the weapon types, and I think there's definitely a place for that. It adds a level of strategic depth. But if that's all the game has for combat, there's no other elements of strategy you can utilize besides that, maybe a few little modules to increase firing rate or speed. That's pretty flat for me. So, but besides that, game is looking really good, and that's not saying the game is bad. I gotta clarify, because honestly the other aspects of the game are very solid. So, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. It's gonna be a while before anything else significant happens besides just a few skirmishes. Maybe when I come back we'll show carriers off in combat or something to that degree. So anyways, thanks for checking this video out, guys. I will be putting more out. And if there are things you want to see with the new beta, if you're on the fence or just want to talk about a specific feature they've implemented or haven't implemented you want to see, let me know in the comments below. These videos, more so than even just Let's Plays, are for you guys, are for the community. And so feedback is appreciated. Anyways, on behalf of Explorminate, thanks for watching. Remember, my name is Kearon, and check out the various content myself and the other folks at Explorminate are doing, both on our website explorminate.com as well as the Steam group and YouTube. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.